Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this brand new day. Two big things. Number one, I have therapy today, and it's 7:22, so hopefully I'm going to be on time when it starts at 9 o'clock. And number two, my shirt is driving me absolutely crazy. My undershirt is large. It's like extremely large, so it's not hanging symmetrically. And then because it's not hanging symmetrically, my outer shirt is not hanging symmetrically, and I've been fighting with it and pulling on it, and it just doesn't matter. It's going to pull off to one side, and I'm going to go crazy. Thumbs up for that. Past that though, good morning, welcome to the day. It is a brand new day. It is not raining at this moment in Shelton, Washington, but it will be later, I can tell you that. It has been raining constantly. One of the main reasons that I haven't been able to take my camera out. Don't want to destroy it. So, yay for that, but still, it's a brand new day. I slept at least a few hours last night. That's good, not horrific insomnia. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And of course, preloading of the video, and hey, if you could interact with the YouTube algorithms, hey, like leave me a comment, that would be cool. If you could toss me a like, that'd be very awesome if you like and enjoy what you see. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. Very, very cool. And of course, I do want to thank each and every one of my patreon.com patrons. These beautiful and awesome people help keep me alive. It is very awesome, very beautiful. These are very good people. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. If you would like to be one of these Patreon patrons and help me out and keep me alive, I do have links in the show more for the video description somewhere. If you could check that out, that would be awesome. Very, very cool. Past that, thank you for this quick little front loading of the video interruption there, but very cool. Definitely a thumbs up. Oy vey. I have not a ton of things on my topics list. I have been having, I mentioned the insomnia part. Because of insomnia, I have been falling asleep a lot in the middle of the day here, and that's bad. I have central sleep apnea. I stop breathing periodically, and that happens when I'm sleeping. So if I fall asleep in this chair with no sleep mask on, that's a terrible strain on my heart and lungs when I stop breathing for up to a minute. After I fall asleep in here, it is hard to get my motivation back. Sometimes I can't. I'm that damaged from it. My head is ringing. My outer extremities are tingling from hypoxia, not enough oxygen. Falling asleep is bad without that sleep mask. Oy vey. So that's been happening, and it's been killing motivation, and I've been having just my backside kicked with whole motivation because of my seasonal affective disorder syndrome. One of the other reasons I keep this light down there on now all the time, because it's just dark outside. And it's just stomping on me this year. So, because of that, I haven't been able to do much of anything. My motivation is stated when I fall asleep and such, it's destroyed. Everything is destroyed. It takes hours to recover from that. So, joy? So, because of this sort of thing, I haven't got a whole lot to that actually happened in my life. I was awake yesterday, I did some recording, and then I fell asleep, and then I did my best to recover. Actually recorded some reactions, and that was good. And there's a lead up, because one of the things I want to talk about is one of the songs that I reacted to. So at least I got some stuff done. Then I went out walkies, but I wasn't able to do a ton of thinking on a whole bunch of stuff. But I do want to talk, as stated, about those things that I can remember. One of the reactions that I did was to a song by the group. I guess it's like two people or one person primarily, I'm not sure, but Shoo Shoo. And it was the song Apostat Commander. It's a very sad song. It is a song of pain and grief. And I was still grinning like an idiot through it. Not at the content, but just I was delighted at the way the song was presented. Normally, when you make an album and you make sounds, you're trying to present a soundscape. You have some sounds that are just sort of background and aren't really big and major. You have some of the sounds that have to be bigger and louder, and they carry over the top of the background stuff. Other sounds have to be there, but not overlay other things. So you have to make a soundscape. Sometimes it's easy and simple. Sometimes you spend a lot of time doing it. Like when I reacted to and have listened to songs from the individual Yuboa, there is a very, very complex soundscape being presented. It sounds like incoherent noise, but it is a lot of work to make it sound that way. A lot of mixing. This song, Apostat Commander, somebody's first... my lips are always coming off. My sincere apologies. I drink fluids all the time, and yeah, my lips are so dehydrated they keep drying and peeling off. Yay. If I can remember where I was, on Apostat Commander. That song was a song of pain. The sound was not layered and worked with to present a soundscape. Each sound is like a layer. It's like you work with sound as you do with any form of art. Layers, and then you adjust the layers, and then you just blend it all together at the end to present your soundscape. This was seemingly, each individual layer of sound was just set down, and then instead of being made into a soundscape, just everything cranked to 11, made into a brick of sound. And then each layer of this brick of sound was just piled up into one huge brick of sound, and then shoved toward you and just said, "There, now listen, damn you." Very aggressive. Not in a bad way. Again, this is a song of pain, and it fits perfectly with the pain of the song. So even though it's presented as a brick of noise, it is still carefully planned out to be a solid brick, presented to you in that fashion. It works. It's good. Again, I was grinning like an idiot because I was recognizing what was being done. Even as I was reacting, going, this is a sad song. I'm not grinning at the contents. I'm grinning at what I am hearing, because I was so delighted at the way it was presented. There's a fair amount of music that comes out in that fashion. I really like disturbing music. Disturbing, hard to listen to, difficult music. Stuff that's not easy. I do like product at the same time. I enjoy product, and there's the basic product, lowest common denominator. You think about it for a moment and then it's gone and you're ready for the next song. And then there's the stuff that makes you think a little bit, and then there's the stuff that makes you think hard, and then there's stuff like Shoo Shoo, Apostat Commander. So there's nothing wrong with this side, the simple product, and there's nothing wrong with this side, the very experimental, very painful stuff. But I tend to enjoy this side more, though this side is good too. So thumbs up on that. I just wanted to mention that because it was a thing. And then there is something that I was just watching a video this morning, and it struck me how cynical the person was being and how probably correct it is. We're in a hyper-capitalist society in the United States. Corporations don't care about anything but money. Corporations that used to be smaller, Rockstar, the other game companies, game devs, before cared about things. Somebody came up with a cynical reason, and I think it's probably true, because they don't care about game preservation and they don't care about their histories. They care about dollars in their wallets. His thought was, yeah, the definitive edition of GTA was probably deliberately sent out in that horrific fashion. I mean, they, after all, used the company that made a hated port of one of their games, and then they used that same company, yeah, but they just ported over their horrible mobile ports to the definitive edition. Yeah, they kind of look good here and there, and they've made changes, but their thought on this was, that's probably done on purpose. Deliberately, because they don't care about their history, they don't care about their past. What they care is making money. And how are they going to make money? Well, they yanked all of their original things, and then they came out with the definitive. And the definitive edition doesn't really look and play all that good. But they put the originals back up online now, and you can only buy them from Rockstar. And you know that with the definitive edition looking and playing horribly, there are probably a lot of people that are just going, you know what, I'm just going to buy the originals. And boy, oh boy, that's a lot more money for Rockstar, isn't it? Raking in the cash. They don't care about their history. All they care about is dollars. Thumbs up for that. Let's see what else I have on my list. There is another thing that I want to talk about. It's my view of NFTs, not as somebody who has money, but as somebody who looks at these things from different views. Like from an actual art point. One of the big things about these NFTs, like the sad monkey, the sad lion, and bored ape and all that, is they have machine language algorithms pumping out just variations on a theme, hundreds of these things. And then people are spending an insane amount of money on them because they're NFTs, and that means they're going to make money. One of the reasons that things are actually worth money in the art field is because they're rare. And if you collect anything, it's because they're rare. If there's a lot of anything, it's not a collector's edition. And it's because anybody can get it, it's not rare, it's not worth anything. I can't remember what, here, there it is, something like this. I'm trying to show it there. This is an actual statue that hopefully I'll bring up again in another day. An actual statue of the character Sandman from DC Comics Vertigo from back in the 90s. They only made 1,800 of those statues. Every single year, there are fewer and fewer of them. And even though mine is bad shape, it's got a chunk taken out of it in one spot, it's dusty, it's been out of its box for years, it's still only one of 1,800 that were made. And I own one of them. And every year, there are fewer and fewer of them. Now, an NFT, digital art online, is when you right click and you make a copy of something. Being digital, it is an exact one-to-one copy. Yeah, you as a right clicker and saver don't get to keep a lot of the possible EXIF and etc. data of it. But if you're just looking into the art of it, what do you care about that part? That part, the data part of it, only matters to people that are trying to make money because they own the receipt for the original. But when you can just right click and save, it's not rare. You can make as many digital copies, exact one-to-one copies of anything digital. It's not rare. These things may be worth money to people with money, but to everybody else in the world, it's not art that's collectible, because you just have to right click it, save it, and you have an exact one-to-one copy. So yay. That was fun, the death of my vocal cords. So yay. Thumbs up on that. Now, because of a whole bunch of stuff that's been going on with my insomnia and such, I went and I did a whole bunch of walkies last night, and I didn't really do a whole bunch of thinking on much. But there is one story that I do actually want to do. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, and then hopefully I'm going to actually be able to get it done. It's a short, but I want to make a video soundscape of it, because on the whole inside Razor's Edge outside, we here on the outside cannot interact with anything that's from the inside. There's just no handshake protocol. We can't see it or interact with it. Luckily for us, people on the inside of the Razor's Edge don't really like coming out this way because our world is boring, it's dull, there's nothing to it, it's flat, it's ugh. There's no real point to it, but there are some energies that come out, and there are other beings that have more than just anyone else out here. So really, you can be out camping, and you could have some creature out there that's in a clearing with you that you cannot interact with in any way. There are 10% of the people in the world in the story that I'm writing where they cannot consciously interact with things, but they can still feel that they're there. How scary would that be to be in a clearing in the forest and suddenly hear everything go quiet because there's something in the clearing with you and you can't consciously see it? It could be a harvest mouse or a raccoon or a moose. Oh, my cat just fell out the window again. Or it could be a bear. And you don't know. You can't interact with it consciously in any way. So I got a story I'm working on with that, and hopefully I'll get it done in the next couple days. And I've opened up 24 hours for the comments in my community tab. Got to go through and thank however many people have left me comments, far less than 25, but any more than 0 is awesome, and there are more than 0, so thank you all. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count American Sign Language, with my depression, fibro, and all sorts of issues, getting better all the time, but one day I'm going to hit a limit. We have Steve Young, thumbs up and thank you. Chad the Dragon Lord, greatly appreciated, and they are on the list. Abraham, thumbs up and thank you. Larry from space, good to see you in the comments, thank you. We have Chief Joey, thumbs up and thank you. Expo Programmer, thumbs up and thank you very much. We have Ben B, thumbs up. There is Hal Walker, okay, and I hope it's a good comment. And then there's Colin Spencer, okay. And then Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Yuki likes hot potatoes, the best kind of potato. Pancake Cookie, greatly appreciated. Marie Tonya, thumbs up and thank you. And then we have Mountain TA, and then a whole bunch of owls that I can't pronounce to save my life. Thumbs up and thank you. Good to see you. Craig YAC, thumbs up. And Jordan MARTURANO, thumbs up and thank you much. Each and every one of you greatly appreciated. I meant to hit the minimize button and I didn't. Each and every one of you get me out of my head and into the world, if only for a short time, and dealing with people only in text, but that is greatly appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you. I don't know what device you're watching this on, so I don't know where the show more is, but inside of the video description I have links to all my various channels. If you could check those out, that would be cool. I also have links to my Twitter, Facebook, my Patreon, and if you could, excuse me, drank soda before the recording and now all the gas is escaping. If you could become one of these beautiful and awesome patreon.com patrons, that would be beautiful and awesome. I am disabled. I cannot work. I'm on an extremely limited income and my rent keeps going up and I have less and less money to pay for things like food and such. If you could become a patron and help me out, that would be very awesome. Greatly appreciate it. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, I do have a PayPal link down below, and I'm not above grubbing for your spare cash. When you got next to nothing, anything helps. If you'd like to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wish list link with things like cat food and hamster food, and I think there's still a Baphomet plushie on it. If you could check it out, that'd be very awesome. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be greatly appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you. Hokey smokes. Seek creativity. Your brain is literally use it or lose it. Don't lose it. Please keep using it. Seek positivity. Being negative only hurts you and those around you. And of course, seek balance. Being happy and friendly all the time is just as unhealthy as being depressed and sad. You need to stay in the middle. Homeostasis. Not too far this way, not too far that way. So, with the covfefe bug still raging and new variants showing up all the time, please, if you don't have to, please don't go out among others. If you do, wear a mask, maintain your social distancing, wash your hands often, try not to touch your face, get the bloody jab if you haven't got one, and if you can and it's available, get a booster. Hokey smokes, we got to get through this somehow. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, by golly. And that is, well, in my book, a very good thing.